There is more to psoriatic disease than meets the eye. Psoriatic disease is a progressive, systemic inflammatory disease that presents a wide spectrum of clinical manifestations and comorbidities and substantially deteriorates patients' quality of life. Skin is only part of the story. There are visible manifestations like plaque psoriasis, scalp psoriasis, nail psoriasis, and palmoplantar psoriasis. Psoriatic disease impacts the body deeper than skin, with invisible progressive manifestations like psoriatic arthritis, spondylitis, dactylitis, and enthesitis. There are several comorbidities like obesity, arterial hypertension, diabetes, ischemic heart disease, and inflammatory bowel disease. There is diminished quality of life, decreased mobility, depression, psychosocial burden, and decreased work productivity. Psoriatic disease requires an early intervention with a complete treatment approach. The goal of psoriatic disease management is an early, complete treatment approach to holistically minimize the disease impact on patients' lives.
Hello, hello. Good evening sa ating mga taga-panood. At nandito na naman po tayo sa Weekends with PsorPhil. Ako po si Mark.
And I am Eileen, and we are your host for tonight.
Right, Coach Eileen, ano bang topic natin ngayon?
So it is our 87th episode, and the title of this episode is World Lung Cancer Day with our official hashtag WWP World Lung Cancer Day.
Okay, kung magko-comment po kayo at kung mag-share po kayo, gamitin nyo po sana yung hashtag na hashtag WWP World Lung Cancer Day. And today, we have invited one of our fellow patient advocates to discuss more about the topic. So, lung cancer, isa sa mga seryoso na sakit na dumadapo sa ating mga sa ibang mga tao. So, Coach Eileen, may na-experience ka na bang ganun? May kaibigan ka ba or wala sana na ganun?
Wala naman, pero may mga pasyente lang. Being a nurse, I was able to handle patients who are experiencing that one, pero medyo nasa late stage na, nag-metastasize na yung lung cancer nila eh. So, medyo in pain na sila mostly.
Yun nga eh. Parang yung tawag dito, yung ibang yung isang na-experience ko yung sa dating boss ko, it came from breast cancer and then nag-develop siya into lung cancer eventually. So, yun yung eventually na that took her. So, yun, very sad and very serious topic, and our guests later will be tackling that. And we have bago tayo pumunta dun sa lung cancer per se, meron muna tayong good news about the psoriasis bill, the National Psoriasis Care Program. We have received an update this week from the office of Congresswoman Angelina Helen Tan as the chairperson on the House Committee on Health. She has already filed the House Bill number 9821 for the National Psoriasis Care Program. We are now one step closer to our goal, and we hope that you will continue to pray with us and support our future efforts in engaging other lawmakers to support this bill. Yun. So, yun, malapit na yung maipasa yung batas para sa psoriasis patients. Coach Eileen, since you're one of, kasi ako, my wife is yung may psoriasis. So, I'm happy then to hear about it. Pero as a patient, how do you feel about this? Yung one step closer na.
Of course, this would be very helpful. It is a parang combined effort to yung mga elders natin from psoriasis. Kasi in order for us to be heard, and in order for that to be heard din sa atin, we will be recognized with this bill. Meron din tayong Twitter party. Diba? So with our Twitter party, we'll be using the hashtags psoriasis bill now na. And we also have another hashtag, freedom for 2 million Filipinos, in order for us na yung pag ginagamit natin to, nagda-trending siya, malalaman ng mga tao na meron palang, we will be recognized.
Yes. So, yun, kung if you want to please support us in passing this bill, please use these hashtags on Twitter para mag-trending, para talagang magkaroon tayo ng boses. And yun, thank you. And also, for our patient rescue program, you may send your donations on the options you can see on the screen. For example, the bank, the PayPal, GCash, and PayMaya. So, Yun, actually, kung nakita nyo po yung opening video kanina, yung ating dalawang kabalat na nag-suffer ng severe psoriasis. I mean, I for one, talagang saksi ako pagka nagkaroon ng severe psoriasis yung wife ko, na talagang pag dinamaan siya ng severe na flare-ups talaga. May talagang mga kabalat tayo na talagang hindi talaga sila makagalaw, as in I can see their suffering. So imagine mo, yung mga ganon sitwasyon, hindi sila makapagtrabaho, hindi sila, parang nadi-discriminate sila dahil dun sa makikita yung appearance nila sa balat nila. So from that, we can ease their burden, 'di ba? Kahit man lang financially na konti. Kasi yun nga, pagka nagbibiro nga, 'di ba, yung psoriasis daw, ano yan, sakit na pangmayaman. Kasi yung mga gamot, Diyos ko, to the to the roof ang cost niya. So oh my gosh, yung mga gamot, makikita mo talagang, hindi mo alam kung saan mo pupulutin yung pambili, di ba? Coach Eileen, kayo, paano mo minamanage yun? Yung
Ako
ganong
naman,
gastos.
sa akin, wala akong ini-intake. I was prescribed once pero hindi ko binili. Then, ano na lang, parang more on natural, more on drinking water talaga ako. Tapos, medyo umiiwas sa mga pagkain na bawal. Although I grew up eating yung mga bawal na pagkain, though napapansin ko kung sa anong pagkain ako nag-flare. Pag alam ko itong pagkain bawal, konti lang yung kinakain ko. Parang
Mm,
tinitikman ko
baling
lang,
ano,
parang ganun. Opo.
ano lang siya, tawag dito, health, ano yun, tawag dito, diet, the control lang diet.
Yes. So, anyways, aside from our patient rescue program, we also have the Weekends with PsorPhil tumbler for a cause.
Oh,
So,
oh,
yung mga gusto mag-donate, for a minimum of 1,000 pesos, you will receive a WWP tumbler as a token of appreciation. So, we have a
yun. Maganda to.
sample ng tumbler. Oh, meron si Coach Mark.
Ito.
And then
Yes,
it's
tapos
very
may,
durable and quality, made of stainless steel that can handle hot and cold beverages. So, meron din itong
yeah.
official logo of Weekends with PsorPhil. Nakatulong ka na, nagka-tumbler ka pa. Ayun, no? Anong nasa loob niyan, Coach? Is it coffee or
Ah,
water?
parang meron siyang filter eh.
Ah,
Yun ang wala sa ibang tumbler. Kasi yung tumbler na to, parang siyang thermos. Tapos pagka tea aficionado kayo, yan. Pwede nyo ilagay yung tea leaves nyo dyan.
mhm.
Yan. Tapos, yun. Very handy. Hindi lalamig yung kape nyo. Pagka gusto nyo humigop na mainit na kape. Or otherwise, they can also choose to donate a minimum of 300 and they will receive an exclusive t-shirt with our 2020 theme, Be Informed, as a token of our appreciation. So yan, makikita nyo po, yung t-shirt maganda, 'di ba? Tapos you may contact the following, si Miss Lisa de la Cruz. Ay, ang ating magandang si Mrs. Lisa de la Cruz, or ang poging-poging si TJ Molats. Yan po ang contact
Yun.
numbers na nakikita nyo sa screen. Take note of it. Kung gusto nyo nang mag-donate, you will get the t-shirt. And shout out
And,
sa mga may
yes.
birthday today.
Yes, to our viewers, please just don't forget to comment below and include kung saan kayo galing. Like for me, from Cebu, yung mga viewers natin dyan sa iba't ibang lugar ng Pinas. And if you want to greet someone, like a birthday or anniversary, congratulate or whatever, pwede kayo mag-comment. Yung mga nagmamansari na dyan, yung mga nagwiwiksari, pwede kayo mag-comment dyan sa baba. Lagay nyo lang po dyan.
Para ano naman, may special kayo mention na mention kayo. Yun. Also, don't forget to post your comments, click like and share our episode tonight, and include our official hashtag WWP World Lung Cancer Day. So, Ano ang natutunan mo sa PsorPhil or pagiging SOR coach mo?
Yung sa SOR Coach program, open siya sa lahat ng Filipinos from Luzon, Visayas to Mindanao na may psoriasis na gustong matutunan more about their conditions and yung gusto nilang who are willing to be guided na ma-manage yung psoriasis nila.
Especially kung
Ikaw, Coach, ano yung naitulong ng PsorPhil or SOR Coach sa inyo?
Well, for one, yung PsorPhil is nagkaroon ng sense of camaraderie yung wife ko, lalo na ako. Kasi yung wife ko dati, mag-isa lang siya nagsasuffer eh. Tapos ako hindi ko naman siya alam kung paano siya tutulungan. So, yung nakasali kami sa PsorPhil, nagkaroon siya ng second family na meron siyang na-develop na friendships na parang family na. Yun. At ako naman, yung na-meet ko naman yung mga kapwa ko na partner din na wala naman psoriasis pero tumutulong sa partners nila. And as tawag dito, as something to give back, yun, naging SOR coach ako. Kahit na yung mga nakakausap ko minsan, yung iba hindi ko pa na-share na wala ako psoriasis pero tinutulungan ko naman sila na sasabihin ko na wag kang yung mga kasi ang number one na nagiging challenge yan, ang nagiging problem is nagse-self-medicate sila. At yun ang isa sa mga malaking against ang PsorPhil ng mga SOR coaches. Huwag kayong mag-self-medicate. At i-guide namin kayo kung anong dapat yung gawin. At makinig kayo. Yun ang pinaka-importante. Makinig kayo. Yun.
So, importante talaga na merong support system, yung partner mo nakakaintindi kung ano yung pinagdadaanan, yung family mo, kasi doon ka humuhugot ng lakas.
Oo.
Kasi other
Sino
than
pa naman?
Psoriasis is more than skin deep. Other than the manifestation sa skin mo, ikaw din nade-depress ka. So at least you have your partner. Very blessed po yung wife niyo po, Coach, na andyan ka, nakakaintindi ka. Tapos ngayon, ikaw pa ay mismong SOR coach. Tumutulong sa mga kapwa pareho namin patients na may psoriasis, di ba?
Blessing din naman, blessed din naman ako sa kanya dahil tinutulungan niya ako na matigas ang ulo ko.
Wow.
Na makulit akong asawa.
So sa mga viewers natin dyan, if you wanna know more how to take care of your psoriatic disease, please register to http://sorcoach.sorphil.org.
Yes.
So it is a free service provided by PsorPhil, patients leading other patients.
Yes. And yun, we would like to read some comments. And may greetings na ba? Yun. Si Coach Christopher. Good evening, weekenders. #Lung Cancer Day. Yun. Good evening, Coach Chris. Si Poging TJ Molats. Happy anniversary to PsorPhil's SOR Coach Batch 8. Ano pang batch ako? Baka batch 8 ako. Hindi ako nga pala. Baka batch 8 ako. Sino yan, Coach Eileen?
From Lore Calvero Torres, good evening sa lahat. Watching from Binyan City, Laguna.
Si Kuya Bill. Hi, Kuya Bill! Is here watching. Good evening. Good evening po, Kuya Bill. Hope you're well always.
From Maria Vestorimor, gandang gabi. Watching from Cavite. Hi, Coach Lodi Mark and Coach Eileen.
Hi po. Hi, Miss. Ate Vester. Hello po. And si Miss Riza Tawi. Good evening. Watching from Mindanao. Layo. Mindanao. Hello po. From Mindanao.
From Girly Alon Cruz. Good evening, Kabalat. Watching from San Mateo, Rizal.
Si Miss Maridel Gonzalez. Good PM po, watching from Sampaloc. Malapit tayo dyan. Ako rin, taga Sampaloc tayo.
From Rose May Vasquez Katian, watching po from Uslov, Cebu. Maayong gabi sa to ang mga watchers from Cebu, mga Bisaya, and especially from Uslov, mga butanding nato diha. Kumusta?
Oh, hello po, Miss Judy Ann Palma del Mundo. Good evening po, watching from Paisan, Batangas. Oh, talagang from north to south, ang dami.
Rosemary Gallego, watching from Mandawi, Cebu. Hello, ma'am. May
Hello
gabi
po.
diha. Kumusta ato ang quarantine diha sa Mandawi?
Quarantine pa rin?
Opo,
naman. Lahat naman
starting today po, MECQ po kami. Modified
Oh.
Enhanced Committee Quarantine.
Hi, Miss Ai, watching from Rojas City, Capiz.
Hello. From Min Miranda Maniquez, watching from Amadeo, Cavite.
Talagang no. Miss Shane Yana Magdugo Frias. Good evening mga kabalat, watching from Cagayan de Oro City. Nakarating na rin ako dyan.
From Dozui Villasis de Raco, good evening po, watching from Saudi Riyadh.
Oh, wow. Hello po sa mga kabalat natin sa Saudi. And
to formally start our episode for tonight, we will be introducing our first guest. She had her Doctor of Medicine from the University of East Ramon Magsaysay Memorial Medical Center. She is the president of the Newborn Screening Society of the Philippines, and she is the chairperson of the Department of Pediatrics in Qualiman Hospital and New Sinai MDI Hospital in Santa Rosa, Laguna. She is the chairperson of the Philippine Pediatric Society Tobacco Control Advocacy Group. Let us all welcome Dr. Rizalina Racquel Gonzalez.
hello po, Doc. Hello po, Doktora. Good evening po. And let us all welcome our second guest. He graduated public administration from the University of the Philippines. He is the country coordinator for NCD Alliance and one of the leaders of Healthy Philippines Alliance. He is the project manager of Healthy Justice Philippines, and he is one of the lead advocates for tobacco control in the Philippines. Let us all welcome Mr. Ralph Emerson Degollacion. Hello po, Sir Ralph.
Good evening.
Hello po.
Magandang gabi po.
Good evening po. And kamusta po kayo? Kamusta po ang buhay pandemic lockdown? At nako, naano na naman po tayo. Papasok na naman po tayo sa ECQ. Sad to say, how are you guys handling it?
Pagka ganito lang ako naka-online, hindi naka-mask. Otherwise, lagi kaming naka-mask, lalo na sa clinic.
Talaga po.
Nakakapagod. Pediatrician po, no? Lalo na ngayon, panahon ng trangkaso, maraming ubo, maraming hika. Hindi mo na alam kung sino ba dyan ang may COVID, lalo na pagka may lagnat. Sabi ko nga sa mga magulang, noon common ng ubo, sipon, no, sa pamilya. Pagka may pumasok ng, ay naku, ubo, sipon, ikaw muna. Ganyan na yung reaction, hindi ka gaya. Ngayon, ano po? Lumabas po ba kayo? May sakit po ba sa inyo? Lalo na pagka hindi kasama magulang sa clinic, no? Isipin mo, bakit po, naka-quarantine din, laging gaganyan ka. Mahirap Takot ang tao, lalo na kung dadali ng mga bata sa hospital. Hahanap at hahanap yan ng clinic base. Malaki ang impact sa family nung nangyayari ngayon, pero ano nga ba yung natin, ating motto? Move on, fight on. Kasi kinakailangan natin buhay.
Life goes on. Kayo po, Sir Ralph, kamusta po kayo?
Ayos naman. Coping, I think the best is to cope with the situation. Yes. Sabi nga natin, we have to be we have to tama sabi Dr. Riz, no? Kami in the NGO community, we're trying to be flexible, we're trying to be positive, in a sense, a positive, forward-looking, not positive, I mean, we hope to be negative always now from COVID.
Yes. Thinking po,
Ah,
nandito yung
ah,
positive dapat, wala dito,
correct,
dito.
correct, correct. Positive thinking, moving forward, and always fighting para sa
Yes.
for a better tomorrow, di ba?
Opo. Tama.
Yes. Since our topic for tonight is World Lung Cancer Day, Doc Riz, can you further elaborate kung ano po yung lung cancer?
Okay. So, lung cancer kasi is actually the number 2, no? Uh, prevalent cancer dito sa Philippines. Number 1 ng breast cancer. So, female leads pa rin, ano? Breast cancer. Second ay lung cancer. Ngayon, pero top cancer yan sa lalaki. Ang nakakalungkot kasi, yung risk factor ng lung cancer, pwede mo mabawasan. At ano ito, yung smoking, yung paninigarilyo, nung kami nasa med school, ano, we always speak of yung sa lung cancer, yung pack years, no? So, how many pack of cigarettes ang ginagamit mo in a year? So, usually, dati noon, ang association ng lung cancer, 30 pack years, no? Lately, 20, 25 pack years, ayan na. So, hindi lamang siguro sa paninigarilyo, kundi yung environment natin at saka yung exposure sa second-hand smoke. Ang nakakalungkot kasi sa lung cancer, no? Akalain mo nga, ayan, yung sabi nga natin, ubo. Pero pagka yung ubo nangyari na dati noon 55 to 75, ngayon we get lung cancer as early as 40 hanggang 55, no? Number 1 ko, symptom. Bakit ka pupunta sa doktor? Lalo na sa matanda, hindi yan basta pupunta. Yung ubo na hindi nawawala. More than 2 weeks, nagagamot ka na. Pagkatapos, bakit? Kasi anything that irritates o may problema sa lungs, gagawa ng mechanism para ilabas. And that is number 1, cough. And it is progressive. Kahit kung maggamot ka, minom ka, nagiging mas malala. Number 2, pag umubo ka na mayroong parang bahid ng dugo. Bakit kaya? Kasi kung may tumutubo sa loob, alam mo naman, di ba, magdaloy ng dugo dyan, nag-i-invade yung cancer cells na doon sa bronchus, sisira, no? Magkakaroon kasi, kaya nga tawag na, neovascularization, nagkakaroon ng mga bagong blood vessel doon sa pinutubuan ng cancer, naubo na, putok yun, yan na, dugo. Pangatlo, inuupo, dumura ka ng dugo, nagkaroon ka ng weight loss, kumakain ka naman, tama ang tulog mo. Kaso ang nakaka-confuse bilang Pilipino, yung ubong matagal, umubo ka ng may dugo, ng bumababatig ang intimbang mo, ang isa pang iisipin natin, tuberculosis. Pero kagaya din ang ang lung cancer, may risk factor din ang smoking doon sa doon sa lung cancer. Ano pa yung isa pa na pwede mong i-differentiate? Pagka ikaw may nararamdaman parang chest pain o mabigat na yung iyong pag-ubo. Kasi ibig sabihin nun, kumakalat na. Ang malungkot kasi sa cancer, na lung cancer, pag na-diagnose mo, medyo late na.
Yun po, yun nga.
Bakit
Parang
kaya?
siya, late stages na kagad siya nade-detect. Pag hindi siya nade-detect ng stage 1 or stage 2, pag stage 3 ka na or 4, yun po lang nade-detect.
Oo. Bakit kaya laging isipin mo, yun naman ang daluyan. Kasi cavity yung lung, no, meron yan yung lung expandable. So may spaces. If it occupies a space doon sa lung, so may mass, or pumasok na dun sa bronchus, in-erode na yung kanyang daan ng hangin, saka lang nagkakasymptom. Ang problema, pag na-diagnose nga, tama ka Mark, no? Stage 3, stage 4, magbibilang ka na lang ng panahon, Pero kunyari, pag x-ray mo, ang pinakamaganda kasing test, yung low-dose computed tomography, yung CT scan, para makita, kasi kung TV yan, or what, kasi minsan mass, yung pala, hala, pagka yan 2 cm, tapos hindi pa naman iniipit, may iba inooperahan. Pero pagka malala na, gagamit ka na muna ng mga chemotherapy or radiotherapy. Kaso hindi maganda ang ang outcome. Kalimitan 6 months, swerte mo 9 months, no? So, pabata 40 to 55. Kaso yung punta tayo dun sa pwede nating maiwasan eh. Yun ang risk factor, 85% smoking. So, kung sasabihin natin to sa madla, no, yung World Lung Cancer Day, dapat din yan eh, akibat yan eh, no smoking talaga eh. Kasi that is the number one risk factor for lung cancer. Merong iba sa workplace, asbestos or nickel exposure or radon, yun yung mga old buildings. Sabi pa rin natin yung nickel exposure. Ang aking concern dyan kasi yung nagiging popular na vape, no? Yung metals doon sa vape, may nickel.
Okay.
Oo, yan, pagka nainitan, tapos may liquid, nilanghap mo, it can cause inflammation. So,
Okay.
pwedeng pagmulan, Ang problema lang kasi, ang vape kasi wala pa tayong 25 years, halos 19, 20 years. Ang cancer bago mag-develop 30 years. Kaya nga, di ba sa amin, 30 pack years. So, nagiging slow, 25 pack years.
Parang siya, slow burn.
Yes, oo. Kasi it takes years naman talaga para masira yung cells doon sa lung. Saka siya magkakaroon ng symptoms. Ang masaklap pa, kalimitan yung lung cancer, since smoker na yan, meron na din ibang problema sa puso, minsan meron na rin sa kanilang blood vessels, tapos meron din silang diabetes kasi unhealthy lifestyle eh. So kaya talagang, kumbaga in terms of death, malaki ang chance talaga nilang mamatay. So itong World Lung Cancer Day or World Lung Cancer Month should also be preventive yung ating approach, no? Let's stop smoking. Let's promote no smoking para yung mga taong nagkaka-cancer ng lung, mabawasan natin. And a big chunk of our budget, no? Yung kagaya nyo nga, nahihirapan kayo sa psoriasis yung pa kayang cancer. So, hindi lang sa tao, kundi yung pamilya.
Hinga mo yun eh. Hindi ka makahinga dun eh. Di ba?
So, di ba ano ba yung number one requirement mo to live? Oxygen, clean air. Wala. At bago ko malimutan, so we are on the PsorPhil. Natuwa naman ako. Kasi yung mga may psoriasis, minsan kalimitan nadidepress, minsan nagkukulong. Shortcut or minsan nagsisigarilyo, lalong flare up yung psoriasis.
Yun. Makinig kayo, guys.
Kasi din na mayroong psoriasis, wala dapat mag-i-smoke. Kasi second-hand smoke, makaka-aggravate din yan noong psoriasis. O, di ba? Maraming, punto na huwag ka na lang magsigarilyo. Pinag-uusapan natin, World Cancer Day. May segue pa. Help your loved ones na to a flare of psoriasis. Kung magsigarilyo, pero mahal yan pwede ma-prevent.
May tanong ako kay, actually, hindi ko alam kung sino makakasagot. Pero, yung audience natin, ako medyo nakabasa na ako, pero our audience, yung mga layman na hindi nakakaintindi, bakit ba napakalaki ng epekto ng paninigarilyo sa lung cancer? Bakit siya ano yung compounds ng sigarilyo? Ano ba yung nagiging transformation ng katawan? Bakit nagkakaroon ng lung cancer pag nagyosi ka? Yun yung kailangan nila maintindihan. Kasi sasabihin mo, huwag kang magyosi lung cancer. Parang hindi magre-register sa kanila yan eh. Parang hindi kasi nila alam kung anong mangyayari sa katawan mo pagka nagyosi ka. Ano yung pinapasok mo? Yun.
Yeah. Sige, Sir Mark, to answer your question, yeah. Actually, sa isang stick ng sigarilyo, just to for information of everyone, there are 7,000 known chemicals in one stick of cigarette. So, and in that 7,000 chemicals na determine, there are around 60 to 70 carcinogens. When we talk of carcinogens, it's really about cancer-causing chemicals. So yung mga nabanggit ni Doc Reese earlier na yung mga metallic substance na hindi dapat nakakarating sa ating respiratory system. Yan yung nag-accumulate sa lungs natin and to our respiratory system. And once these chemicals, itong mga chemicals na katulad ng mga dito yung Doc Chris, siguro maybe you can elaborate, no? Pero itong chemicals na to na carcinogens na binabanggit ko, once it accumulates over time, and sinasabi ng mga doctors and medical, it has been proven in many countries na talagang ito yung slowly na trigger ng pag-develop ng cancer cells in an individual na nag-i-smoke, or even yung mga nakakalanghap ng second-hand smoke. As mentioned by Dr. Reese, ang sigarilyo is not just killing the user. Even yung mga immediate people around that smoker can be affected. Kasi yung sigarilyo, when you're burning that or you're lighting up a cigarette, it also produces yung mga ash at saka yung mga tawag dito, yung usok na yan is not safe. No, it's also toxic to your body, and it can also bring yung chemicals of the cigarette, the burnt cigarette, into your lungs. So hindi talaga siya safe, and meron talagang proof na even the second-hand smokers or yung mga nakakalanghap lang ng usok ay talagang over time they develop cancer, some form of cancer. It could be lung or it could be other forms of cancer, but as we are discussing about lung cancer, it's really the most common form of cancer that develops when you're using tobacco. So whether it's tobacco, may na-mention si Doc Reese about e-cigarettes, it's still under study, but again, it can affect your respiratory system. So again, you have 7,000 chemicals in one stick of cigarette, and
7,000.
And 60 to 70 of those are cancer causing. So imagine mo yung hinihit-hit mo ng ilang minuto, akala mo it's just an innocent form of product, pero it can kill you over time.
7,000. Walang high tide o low tide yun, ha?
Wala.
7,000 na yun.
Yes, it was really determined, Sir Mark. Yeah.
Mark,
Grabe. Yun.
Eileen, dagdagan natin yung sinabi ni Ralph, no?
Opo.
It's not the nicotine, it's the tar. Naku, magkaibigan niya na laging nag-create ng havoc. Yung nicotine yan yung nagda-drive sa'yo para gamitin yung sigarilyo. Kahit ayaw mo, masakit. However, you crave for that. Craving ngayon, paulit-ulit nang gumagamit ka ng combustible na tobacco that's in the form of cigarette stick. Yung tar, alam niyo, alkitran, yung maitim, no? They are producing nitrosamines. Ano ba yan? Kamag-anak yan ng mga salitre, yung mga preservative. And you know that this is not compatible to the growth of normal cells. Magpo-form sila yung carcinogens na yung 70, yung mga nitrosamines. Anong ginagawa nun? Diba yung mga cells naman natin, yan may buhay, tapos may DNA. Sinisira nila yun yung normal process. Ang problema, yung code doon, parang nagkakaroon ng nagiging hairwire. Ayan na, parang sa halip na normal cells ang maggagawa doon sa loob ng lungs, yan nare-replenish yan. Nagkakaroon sila ng overdose. Ayan na yung tumor, lumalaki. Ayun na yung So parang parang sinilaban sila. Parang yung reaction nila doon sa usok na nalanghap because of that 70 carcinogens plus the chemicals, nawala na sila sa synchronous ng tamang paglaki. Ang lumabas, cancer cells na. So sa halip na, kumbaga pantay-pantay sila, nag-o-overlap ng ganyan. Yun yung reaction nila doon sa mga chemicals, doon sa airways. So kumbaga, mitya na para masiraan ng code yung DNA ng cells para sa halip na normal ang growth, nagkagulo-gulo na sila. Ayan na, tumor na ang ginagawa at cancerous na. Kumbaga, maling tutog ang pinuntahan ng cell. Ayan na yung cancer. So, pwede naman natin hindi magkaroon nga ng maling tugtog. Huwag mong bigyan ng stimulus. Yun yung smoking or other chemicals na
Okay. So, teka, ano ko lang po, i-clarify ko lang po, yung chemicals na yon in-alter yung code ng cells.
Yes. Mm-mm.
Kaya pala.
Oo.
So that's how it starts.
Oo,
Yung
that's how
chemicals na
important our genetic component sa loob ng cell.
napaka-sensitive po pala ng genetic code natin, no?
Oo,
Na
di ba?
any type of chemical na ilagay mo sa katawan mo can alter it and
Yes.
really destroy your body.
Nagkakaroon ng
Grabe.
DNA mutation. Kung ano yung sagad to the bones, ito sagad to the DNA. O, di ba?
Gra- Talagang so, yun, narinig niyo yun, ha? Doktor na pa yung mga debunkers diyan na nagkukunwari na hindi totoo yan. Totoo po yan. Solid studies po ang nangyari and doctors na po ang nagsasabi sa inyo. Don't smoke,
Eh
please.
ako nga,
Hindi
di
lang
ba, pediatrician. Sabihin, ba't nandito to? Kasi malaki ang aking parte na ilihis no, yung mga bata na wag mag-smoke. Baka naman kasi, okay, nag-smoke sila, hindi namin nag-guide. Pagdating ng adult, nagka-cancer, sino sisisihin niya? Hindi ho kami sinabihan na bawal manigarilyo. Oh, that is where the pediatrician lies, no? We're more of preventive medicine. Sabihan natin, ayaw ko namang ikaw paglaki mo nagkasakit ka na ng pwede namang iwasan.
okay,
Napakadali.
ito po, dagdag panakot sa mga nanonood sa atin. What are the challenges of having lung cancer? Yan, sige. Para
Okay,
talagang sila. What are
number
the
one,
challenges?
di ba, yung lung cancer, pag na-detect mo na nga, parang nandun ka na sa boarding gate for death. Pwede ka mamatay kasi nga late diagnosis. Two, economics. Aba, hindi biro yata magpa-chemotherapy,
Totoo.
mga diagnostics na yan. Three, iiwan mo yung pamilya mo, crippled. Dapat nagtatrabaho ka pa. Quality of life, your quality of life, and your family also.
So, yeah.
It's really a burden.
Yeah.
It's really a
Siguro
burden.
to add siguro to clarify pa yung no. I mean, mas specific yung in terms of yung economic burden, no, Sir Mark. Pag sinabing economic burden, talagang magastos talaga yung pag nandyan na yung cancers. In the Philippines, on average, tinignan nung lalo ng Philippine Cancer Society, siguro mahina ang around between 50 to 100,000 pesos monthly na expenses for your medication. That's
Wow.
for a lung cancer a patient. And again, it could go higher depending on the other yung mga kaakibat na mga sakit. Kasi minsan may nagde-develop aside from the lung cancer, there are other comorbidities na biglang nagka-come out, no? And it should be treated as well. So 50 to 100,000 pesos, think about it. So it's really a big burden, not only hindi siguro lang sa family, but of course kung titignan mo sa community kasi the community or even government is also spending for your sickness, lalo na kung nasa government hospital ka. And it's another challenge kasi alam natin na yung access to medication is very difficult, lalo na kung nasa province ka. So I think that's the reality,
Grabe.
So for example po, di ba, these are the challenges that the lung cancer patients are experiencing. On the other hand naman po, ano po yung mga treatments or remedies that are available to our lung cancer patients?
Okay. Nabanggit ko na kanina, no, kung maliit pa yung tumor, less than 2 cm, pwedeng operahan. Pero prognosis pa din, mapangit. Kasi nga, di ba, it is diagnosed late 15-10% kung wala namang gumagawa ng routine screening ng cancer na CT scan mo every year, the radiation is a risk factor. So, ano yung available treatment? Yan, surgery if it is resectable. To chemotherapy, radiotherapy. Lahat naman meron sa atin yan. So, pero iba nagtutumor embolization kung nandun lang sa isang parte. Pero all of those are very expensive, no? So, paano natin ma-monitor? Nyari, parang in limbo, ano ba to, TB or what? Meron namang mga tumor marker na ginagamit, yung tinatawag nating CEA test, no? Carcinoembryonic antigen test. Pero may ibang lung cancer, hindi mo na-detect kasi may iba-ibang type, no? So, i-detect nun yung pinaka-aggressive, yung small cell CA na lung cancer. So, apat kasi yung type na yan eh. Yung epithelial, yun yung sa lining. Adenocarcinoma, yun yung dun sa alveoli, no? Yung ating exchange. Tapos may large cell CA, any part. Tapos yung ng small cell CA. Yung small cell CA kasi kumbaga yan yung parang embryonic o yung immature cells. Kaya kung isipin mo nasisira nila yung DNA. So they are more susceptible to multiply very fast. So nagagawa yon, paano sabihin, paano nakikita ba yung sex? Hindi, nagba-biopsy, CT-guided biopsy. Magkano kaya CT scan? Magkano magpa-histopathology pa doon? Hindi pa yun hindi pa yun treatment. It's really a big burden. Kahit sabihin mo pang PhilHealth, hindi kakayanin kasi may continuity of treatment. Di bali sana kung ang prognosis maganda. Ang prognosis ng lung cancer, kung lalaki ka, 80% death. Kung female, sabi nila nasa 50 to 60%.
So magdedepende po pala yung treatment sa klase ng cancer, yung area, tsaka anong stage na po yung pasyente.
Oo.
Paano po yun, doktora? Kasi may mga, di ba, may mga tao na nagsusmoke sila kasi sabi nila nakakagaan daw ng loob o di kaya nakakapag-relax sa kanila. How can we explain this po?
Gawa ng nicotine. Yun yung tawag ng pleasurable effect. Tawag ko dyan kasi monster no? Panandali ang saya, hindi mo alam. Sinusunog mo yung sarili mo. Yan nicotine kasi, no? Kaya nakaka-addict yan. Pagka hinit-hit mo yung sigarilyo, it goes fast to the brain. Punta siya dun sa pleasurable center, yung dopamine reward system. Ang problema, the more you use that, maraming nicotine receptors na bubuhay doon sa loob, the more you crave, no? So, kaya nga, kahit alam mong mali, kaso yung pleasurable effect na naramdaman mo, patuloy. So, ayun na yun na yung nicotine addiction. Ano yung sabi ko? With the constant use of cigarettes, and that's a nicotine addiction, then you inhale more carcinogens and chemicals, which harms not only your lungs, all throughout the body. Kung iisipin mo, ewan ko kung kayo, buhay na nun, yung Yossi Kadiri, di ba, pangit na yun? All systems talaga. So, yun. So, kumbaga, yung key, para ikaw, gumamit dun, yung chemical na nicotine. Ang problema, dun sa stick ng cigarette na yun, hindi lang naman yun, may mga agents dun, yung ammonia, o minsan yung menthol, no? They all facilitate the absorption of nicotine to your brain. So, talagang yung sigarilyo, wala talagang ginawang buti
Walang sustansya
kaso diba, noon kasi, todo pasa kasi, wala namang control, ng mga 1960s, no? So, ina-advertise pa nga yan si Marlboro Man. Or ano ba yan? Light a Hope and something.
Yes.
Tapos pagka adult ka na, kung marunong ka ng manigarilyo aside with alcohol, that concept should change kasi knowing all of these effects, no? Na ito naman siguro tumanda na ikaw parusa sa pamilya mo. All because of that stick of cigarette you are using.
Nilalagyan na nga nila ng picture ng mga 'di ba, ng mga pwedeng effects ng pero binibili pa rin talaga
Kaso Mark, pagka kasi dito sa atin, ang problema, bibili, hindi naman sinasama yung ganon, yung pack.
Yung pack, yeah.
Opo, yan tingi. Diba, dapat yata ilagay yung picture sa stick.
Hindi nakikita naman. Ewan ko, kasi yun din nga pag nicotine addiction, kahit ano yan, bibili ka. Kasi nga yung pleasure, mas kailangan mo. Tapos yung side effect, yung downside, pag wala na yung nicotine pleasurable effect, ayun na, yung craving, galit ka, masama pakiramdam mo. So, ayan, kukuha ka ulit. So, the cycle continues.
Ano, uh,
So yung
speaking of,
pong yung yes po, yung
sige po,
meron
Coach.
po tayong advocacy regarding sa tobacco control po.
Yes.
Where are we right now with this advocacy?
Yes.
Ralph, ikaw muna.
Yeah. Sige po. Actually, yung advocacy natin ng tobacco control, it has progressed over the years, no? I mean, nabanggit ni Doc Reese earlier yung Yossi Kadire. I think that's a very clear concept ng 1990s, no? But
Yes.
in the past decade, siguro around 2010, we're fortunate na ilang beses na rin tayo nagtaas ng taxes on cigarettes. Kasi yan yung isang ng problem ng Philippines. We have one of the most affordable cigarettes in the world, no? I-compare natin with other countries sa Southeast Asia, and we're napapansin natin yung mga kamag-anak natin from abroad ay dito pa bumibili dahil dito daw mura, no? Pero nagmahal na yan, and nakikita natin na in the past decade na and right now currently naglalaro na yan to 100 to 150 pesos per pack, pero we think it's still there's still room to increase it, so it's very important. And second, yung nabanggit kanina about yung picture sa pakete na medyo pangit tignan, medyo gross tignan. I think it's another development sa Philippines, kasi dati po ang nakalagay lang sa pack ng cigarettes or parang text warning na parang
Smoking
nakalagay
is bad for your health.
Oo, pero 'di ba, sino bang nagbabasa din noon? Yung ang napansin natin and more effective is yung actual picture nung kung ano yung pwedeng kahinatnan mo kapag naninigarilyo ko. Pero it's still a challenge. Again, ang best scenario dapat diyan is tulad ng nabanggit kanina, kung po pwede nga na ipagbawal yung tingi para yung pakete ng Yossi is dala-dala nung naninigarilyo at more na mas lalo siyang nagkakaroon ng tawag dito nung awareness at saka ng information, 'di ba? Para mas lalo siyang mag-stop and ma-encourage na wag nang ituloy. Tapos siguro banggitin ko rin before the pandemic, nag-issue din si President Duterte ng executive order patungkol sa smoke-free or pagbabawal ng paninigarilyo sa public places. Very important 'yon. Kasi nabanggit natin na yung even second-hand smoke is also a bad, causes bad to the environment and to the public. Kaya very important na i-assert pa rin natin kahit na nasa pandemic tayo na wag manigarilyo, ituloy natin yung smoke-free na ating not only in our workplace but also in our homes. Kasi kahit nasa bahay, alam natin na we're in a pandemic and kahit nai-stress tayo, it's still important that we think about the people in our homes, yung mga anak natin, asawa natin, or even mga kasama natin sa bahay na they too have lungs and kailangan nating protektahan, di ba? We are protecting ourselves from COVID-19, pero andyan naman yung paninigarilyo. So, di ba, what we have to strengthen and prevent our lungs from being attacked by this cigarettes, kaya dapat talagang kailangan smoke-free pa rin tayo.
Kaya nga, yun na nga eh. Ngayon nga nakikita na natin yung COVID-19, di ba? Lungs, yung talagang target niya. Nakita na natin lahat, wala talaga madudulot. Ayoko mabash sa mga smokers na friends ko. Pero, bakit pa kasi hindi ito totally maban talaga? As in, bakit walang political will or anything na talagang wag na lang talagang mag-distribute talaga ng Yossi kasi talagang wala namang nadudulot na maganda. Binibili lang ng tao, nagda-drive lang ng pera ba? Ganun. Marami naman pwede pagkakitaan yung mga companies na hindi nakakasira sa health ng tao. So, why continue to distribute it and not ban it totally?
Diba? Mark, Eileen, ang sagot dyan is complicated. Di ba, Ralph?
Yeah. Sort of, yeah, Dr. Reese.
Number one, meron kayo, I don't know if you are aware, no, meron tinatawag na sin tax law. The sin tax law, malaki ang nakukuha na tax from tobacco and alcohol. Since you see the burden of health sa atin, yung universal health care, no, malaki ang contribution ng sin tax to finance our health system. Yun. So, kaso sabihin mo, sige yung naman pala yung pinanggagalingan ng pera para yung health. Pero kung titignan mo, if the demand for that use of tax for health reasons, number one, lung cancer, TB, bababa din ang hingi doon sa source, yung sin tax. So, yes. Unfortunately, kasi kung titignan mo, sino ba nagdala ng sigarilyo dito? Ay, ewan ko.
Siguro, to add sa sinabi ni Doc Chris, as much, she's correct na malaki yung contribution ng sin taxes for our health services. Pero you have to think in a way na this is also because marami rin yung mga Filipinos who are suffering because of this ating paggamit ng sigarilyo at even yung excessive use of alcohol. So, again, yung money na yan should be used very in a way na to prevent and to educate people better. Dapat it's really about the prevention while merong pera na nandyan. Not only for treatment, it's very important na i-promote natin lalo na to our youth na wag nang manigarilyo or labis-labis na paggamit ng alcohol or paggamit ng alcoholic products kasi those are very damaging to your health and it's addictive and ang important goal taga natin is pababain yung number of people who are using it and eventually ma-stop. Alam niyo po ba na in other countries, specifically sa Bhutan for example, talagang bumaba to the level na pwede nang i-ban ng kanilang government yung sigarilyo. I think that's the important importance of tobacco control. We have to reduce dramatically yung mga naging addict or addicted sa sigarilyo, and then we have to actually see and assess our policy and baka pwede na natin siyang i-ban. Kasi ngayon, it's still high yung number of smokers in the Philippines and we don't want to add pa. Kaya yung perang nakukuha natin ngayon, gamitin na natin to natin yan na i-discourage natin yung mga young people not to pick up smoking anymore.
Correct. Tama. Ayun, marami pa akong tanong pero kailangan may mga tanong din yung ating viewers. May mga katanungan din para na galing sa ating mga viewers. Tulad kay Miss Rose May Vasquez Katian. Good evening po. Tanong ko lang po, bakit sabi ng iba na nakakagaan ng loob or nakaka-relax pag naninigarilyo? Thank you po. Yun. I think nasagot ni Doktora yan kanina. Doktora, can you please elaborate po kay Miss Rose?
Doon ko nasabi nga yung pleasurable effect ng nicotine pag pumasok doon sa dopamine reward system. However, yung pleasurable effect na yun, may bad, Lalo kang parang ginising mo yung mga nicotine receptors, nagke-crave Kaso pagbaba ng nicotine, pag nawala doon sa cortex, prefrontal cortex, pagbagsak ng dopamine, ang sama ng pakiramdam, yung parang withdrawal, may craving, merong mainit ang ulo. So, quick fix mo? Maninigarilyo ka ulit. Yun. So, that's the bad effect. Nasanay ang katawan because of the pleasurable effect. Now, you don't want to have the bad effect. So, balik ka. Cycle talaga.
Coach Aileen, may tanong pa ba yung viewers?
Yes, we have another question from Evelyn Gonzalez Faustino. Yung pong mga e-cigarette or vape, do they have the same effect as the regular cigarette?
Doc Chris, gusto mo ba?
Ako sasagot.
Gusto ni Doc.
Kasi yung vape kasi popular yan sa youth, sa teenager. So, it was initially proposed, sabi nila noon, kaya nung na-discover yan, replacement, parang step down para mag-quit. Ang problema, may nicotine din yung vape Ano nga yung sinabi ko tungkol doon sa bad effect? It gives you pleasurable effect. However, cycle magkakaroon ka ng nicotine addiction. Yung problema nga, di ba, kanina sa nicotine addiction, the more you use the product, the chemical that goes with it becomes more and more in your body. So it creates havoc. Ngayon yung kung 7,000 chemicals, 70 carcinogens yung cigarettes, sa vape, ilang taon pa lang to? 18, 19 years? Para na meron.
Talaga?
So, meron ng mga 2,000, 3,000 chemicals. And the carcinogens that are found also in that combustible cigarette, ayun na napag-aalaman pareho yun eh. Nakikita yung nitrosamine or aldehyde. These are actually very dangerous. Kailan ba natin nakita na masama yan sigarilyo? After centuries. Hihintayin ba natin yon? We
Yeah
will
nga.
not wait, no? We will not wait for something catastrophic eh. Tapos, ang problema din sa vape, ginagaya niya yung smoking habit, kaya naaano din sila, yung smoke the hand-to-mouth existence. Eh, di ba ngayon,
Correct.
nga yung hand-to-mouth existence at huwag kang mag-aalis. Parang it's also your gateway for COVID eh. And it also
Opo.
increases your immunity. So,
Yes.
ano atin lang yung hashtag yan, stay healthy. Oh, paano ka maging stay healthy kung nagsisigarilyo ka, ka nag-vape, parehong may
Correct.
chemical at carcinogen?
Yes
No
po.
way. Wala talaga.
Okay. Ang gusto lang po naming malaman, dahil yun nga, na-discuss na natin yung lahat, di ba? Yung mga tawag dito, yung mga prevention, mga kailangan natin pagsabihan. What yung sa mga larangan nyo po, what are your activities or programs when it comes to prevention for lung cancer and tobacco control?
Yes, sige po.
Sir Ralph?
Or Doc,
Sorry.
yeah. Sige po, yung sa health justice po on our part, in relation to the World Lung Cancer Day and actually sa tobacco control we're promoting yung smoke-free environment bills. There are pending legislation right now in Congress and in the Senate na talagang pinapalawak niya yung pagbabawal ng paninigarilyo sa public places tsaka sa workplaces. So we're hoping and we're calling to the public na sana po let's write a letter to our legislators na suportahan po natin yung smoke-free environment bill. Makikita po ninyo sa website at saka sa social media accounts ng Health Justice yung patungkol sa smoke-free environment bill. And at the same time, we are also campaigning against the use of e-cigarettes. Kasi in the time of COVID-19, we think that smoking and vaping are of the similar effect in terms of transmission of COVID-19. Kasi it's really affecting our youth and the people, no? Kasi yung sinasabi nila na safer daw ang e-cigarettes, it's not true, no? It's also sabi nga ni Doc Chris, it's a mouth to hand activity. So you remove your mask while you're vaping or smoking. So it also causes the transmission of e-cigarette the virus, no? So it's very important and we're continuously campaigning na sana po ay patuloy po nating ipagbawal ang paninigarilyo and pagbe-vape, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kabahayan at saka sa mga public places. So yun lang po.
Yes. Doktora?
Sa inyo, Doktora?
Okay, kami naman bilang doktor, pediatrician, ang number one goal, kaya nga di ba may well baby clinic, may well child clinic, may well teen clinic. We want to educate them on staying healthy. And part of that staying healthy is to advise and educate not just our patients, no, but our parents, no, to have a smoke-free home kasi knowing the harms that this will bring. So we have to educate them also. Smoking, vaping is not an essential item, no. Smoking and vaping should not have a place at home. So we always say that, stay safe, stay healthy. And saying no to vaping, saying no to smoking is actually the best way to stay safe and to stay healthy. Hindi lang during the time of COVID. Bakit nga? O, di ba? How many pack years to have the cancer? How the health hazards, the economic consequences. Of course, we want to have a happy family. And to have a happy family, you have to have a healthy family. Yes,
Siguro po
Amen.
hindi po tayo lacking with the educating or awareness po. I think they know po yung mga risks of smoking, pero
Yes.
sila lang mismo gusto pa rin kasi they're very addicted with the nicotine
Correct.
thing. And
Yes.
also, pag
Correct.
yung sa bill po, parang yung challenge siguro niya, baka yung mismong legislators din naninigarilyo din or nag-vape.
Hindi malayo yan.
Oo nga.
Correct.
But anyways, any final messages or words of encouragement to our viewers?
Okay. I
So,
want
Chris,
to
go
thank
ahead.
you. I want to thank you kasi we can only educate as much in our clinic or in the hospital. But if we reach out to the media, to other forms of communication, lalo na sa lay, kasi may iba naman di talaga napunta sa doktor, you're helping us no, to educate our viewers that smoking, vaping is actually a big no to in a family. You are harming the children because of that secondhand smoke, and you yourself, you're pushing yourself to a lifestyle disease, and that is actually your lung cancer, your diabetes, and your stroke. Preventable, no? So, and that is actually the role of tobacco control. So tobacco control starts from the pediatrician's office, and then we move it no to the adolescents. But mind you, two-thirds of a smoking cycle nasa amin eh. Kahit nandun lang sa loob ng sinapupunan yung baby na expose sa secondhand smoke, may impact na rin. No? So that's another discussion. But my point is, let's have a smoke-free home, a vape-free home, extend it to our community and likewise to our country so that we will remain healthy. So thank you.
Thank you po, Dr. Sir Ralph. Any...
Yeah, sige po, Sir, to PsorPhil, Psoriasis Philippines, thank you very much for hosting this episode. This World Lung Cancer Day, I think it's very clear that cancer is one of the top causes of death, not only globally, no, but here in the Philippines as well. Kaya ngayong World Lung Cancer Day, I think it's very important that we think about our relatives, our friends, our family members, or even colleagues who suffered and died of lung cancer. Let us not think about them as parang as a kumbaga as a bad example, but let's think about them. Let's be inspired to work for a better future. Let's avoid people to have lung cancer. Siguro mahalaga talaga yung, I would like to emphasize the preventive aspect. And one preventive aspect is to, as mentioned by Dr. Reese, let's stop smoking or don't vape at all. Kasi if we are going to stop, and right now we're in a pandemic, we want to preserve our lungs, our health. So we have to be healthy and think about our future, no? Kaya mahalaga po na tigilan natin yung mga triggers of lung cancer. Let us prevent lung cancer early on. And if ever that you are experiencing symptoms of lung cancer, we encourage you na magpa-check up po, and you go to your physician, and do not self-medicate. As mentioned by our colleagues, do not self-medicate. It's important that you get treated, you get diagnosed, and you get proper care, especially if you have a patient already, you know. And I think with that, we encourage you to practice yung talagang very important talaga na early on, let's practice don't smoke, don't consume too much alcohol, eat healthy, and be healthy in terms of physical activities. Kahit na nasa quarantine tayo, we have to think about our health. We must have a good mental, physical health. Kaya we have to, move around and eat healthy and don't smoke at home. So maraming salamat, and ingat po lahat.
Sir Ralph, any pages na gusto niyo pong i-promote?
Yeah. Thank you, Sir Mark. Sa amin, you can visit Health Justice. We have a Facebook page. We have Health Justice Philippines. We also have a Twitter account. It's Health Justice PH. Yan, pina-flash po. Thank you, PsorPhil. And also Healthy Philippines Alliance. Healthy Philippines Alliance is also a group of NCD prevention and control advocates in the Philippines. So you can also visit our Facebook page and our website sa Health Justice, www.healthjustice.ph. So again, thank you po.
Okay, thank you po, Sir Ralph. And Doc Riza, may gusto po kayong i-promote na page?
Okay. Meron kaming Pinoy Kids for Smoke-Free Philippines Facebook page wherein we aim to educate our teachers, our parents. So you can visit that. We also have a website for the Philippine Pediatric Society, the Tobacco Control Advocacy Group. Pero for the lay, mas exciting yung aming Facebook page, no? Pinoy Kids for Smoke-Free Philippines.
Okay. Yung mga nakikita kong nagyoyosing mga bata dyan, ako, gusto kong patongan minsan eh. Pero, wag.
Good is positive, no? Oo. So, encourage them. Pagka sinabihan mo yan negative, lalo magtatago yan eh.
Oo nga eh. Okay. May ano tayo? Mag-read muna tayo ng mga comments. From Miss Shirley Makatiag, Sevilla. Good evening, watching from Santa Rosa, Laguna. Hello po, Dr. Riz. Ang napakagaling na pedia ng aking anak, ng aking mga anak. Oh, may fan kayo, Doc Riz.
Hello, Mrs. Sevilla.
Yes, and we also have friends in the Global Advocacy who are watching us tonight. Hi to Judy Wallace from South Africa and John Monsbakken from Denmark.
Hello po. Wow.
Hello,
Denmark,
international
saka,
yung beauties natin, ah.
Oo nga. Teka, mag-aayos ako ng konti. Umaabot pala tayo ng Denmark. Yun. And, of course, we would like to really thank you sa pag-grace nyo po ng aming program, Doc Riz and Sir Ralph. Thank you po so much for enlightening our listeners, our watchers. Dahil talagang grabe po ang impact ng smoking sa katawan. Kaya please makinig kayo. Kung napanood nyo talagang kailangan na kayo makinig. Don't smoke. Yun na. Don't smoke. And so, Pinoy Kids for Smoke-Free Philippines, yan po yung kaninang binanggit ni Doc Riz na visit that page, nung Facebook page, dahil ayaw nyong naninigarilyo yung mga anak nyo. There you go. Para maging aware po tayo, para yung mga next generation natin would be healthy children.
And we would also like to invite our weekenders for our weekly episodes. It's always on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 8 in the evening. So sa Friday, may international guest na naman tayo. Watch out!
International. So,
yes, thank you so much, Dr. Sir Ralph, for being our guest for tonight. We appreciate it that you graced us with your presence. So, we would also like to thank our sponsors. See you again next week on Weekends with PsorPhil. So we will be celebrating International Friendship Day on Friday. Then we will be discussing disaster preparedness against floods on Saturday. And we will be talking about motherhood and psoriasis on Sunday next week.
Wow.
So for our sponsors, we would like to thank Customized PH as our sponsors. And Sir
Novartis.
And Novartis.
Thank you. We would like
well.
Novartis Philippines, yes. And yun, again, thank you po for visit our page, Psoriasis Philippines, and please visit and like our page. And also, may YouTube channel po ang Psoriasis Philippines. Actually, itong video na po na to, i-upload din po doon so that you can watch. And please subscribe and like para po mapanood nyo po lahat ng topics about awareness and mga wala lang, chill lang na topics. Kung gusto nyong i-binge watch yun lahat, feel good topics yun. That would be great. Okay, once more, we would like to thank our guests. Thank you po so much, Sir Ralph and Dr. Riz. At talagang malaking tulong po talaga yung pag-enlighten nyo sa ating mga tagapanood na huwag kayong manigarilyo dahil talagang yung economic impact na pag nagkasakit kayo at yung economic impact nung pagbili nyo pa lang ng sigarilyo, economic impact na yun na magastos. So yun, thank you po so much. And thank you po sa lahat na nanood, and for the next episode sa weekend, see you ulit sa weekend. So thank you all. Thank you po.
Thank you.
So thank you everyone. With me is host Coach Mark and I am Eileen. And
Yes,
we are your hosts for tonight. May we request our broadcast team to join us on the screen?
hello.
Thank you, Weekenders. Thank you for spending time. Thank you for our viewers from Denmark and South Africa.
Thank you sa lahat na nag-comments and sa lahat ng sulok ng Pilipinas na nanood. Thank you po so much for watching us.
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Dr. Riz.
Yes.
Thank you very
Thank you
much
po.
Thanks, Paul, and to the team. Salamat po.
Thank you po.
See you again next week, guys.
See you again next week. Bye!
Good night.